No flashy intro, no crazy graphics. This is not your typical Apple Vision Pro review. There is an unofficial Apple blacklist that exists, and I am on it. I did a whole video telling that story. So with this product, something that I bought myself, I have no allegiances, there's no pandering, I don't have any mouths or hands to feed with this video. This is an honest review of somebody who spent close to 40 hours strapped into this. Someone who sees the potential of the product and also where it can be, but very clearly can see the shortcomings. This is Apple Vision Pro. Apple Vision Pro in a lot of ways is a breath of fresh air, an experience that kind of lives up to the marketing hype, at least. You select things with your eyes, you interact with your hands, and the experience is really unlike anything else on the market. Almost. So over the past week, I've spent almost 40 hours immersed in Apple's new world of spatial computing, and I've got to say, overall, I'm very impressed with the technology. Windows from Vision OS are incredibly sharp and clear. The built-in speakers are surprisingly amazing and give a really good surround sound experience. Watching movies on a big screen is incredible, and as incredible as the ads and marketing campaigns lead you to believe. But like, you probably already knew this or even experienced a lot of it if you tried another VR headset like Meta Quest 3 that is about a seventh of the price here. You can basically do the same thing, if not as elegant or as quickly. So like we see in the past, Apple's version is the best you can get, but is it worth 7 times more? That is the $3,500 question that I wanted to set out to answer here. I spent a lot of time thinking about how to break this video down. I came up with 3 sections. So the virtual world, the real world, and the tech. All right, so let's start with the tech. What Apple has done with the Vision Pro is technically incredibly impressive and something that we haven't seen before to this extent. I mean, it is littered with power. I mean, you've got the R1 and the M2 processor rendering the world in real time. There's a lot technically happening at every given moment, no matter what you are doing, no matter where you are looking with Vision Pro. All right, so quickly, here's how the tech works. Anything you look at, you can pretty much select. Look at Safari, pinch motion, and Safari go ahead and opens up for you. And then you can move things around just with your fingers and your eyes. And for the most part, it works exactly how you'd expect. I mean, I'm sitting here right now on the top of Haleakala in Hawaii. The displays here are absolutely incredible. I've always said I am a screen snob. These are the best displays I have ever seen. Everything looks absolutely incredible. These displays, I don't know how else to say it. They are awesome. They are as good as Apple advertised. We'll get to like the technical side here in a minute, but just the sheer fact that I can like open windows and grab things and move them anywhere I want is really cool. I do have to get over how ridiculous that I look while I am doing this, but the fact that I can do it is still crazy cool. So I went through and read every press material that Apple has ever published about Vision Pro. Not a single location did they call it a virtual reality headset. They do not want you to even think of it like that. So if you do, blacklist for you. They want you to sort of feel connected to the real world while wearing this. So you can sort of take advantage of spatial computing while also being able to like see a person you're talking to or see a flight attendant on an airplane. Some ways it works, some ways it's a disaster. So one of the things that Apple's trying to do to sort of make this seem like you actually can use it in the real world is eyesight. It's the eyes that people can see when they look at you. Now in the demo, it looked pretty cool. In reality, as you can see, it's dim and it looks real creepy to my eyes. I don't think it makes you seem like you're looking at somebody having a conversation. There, in no world can you forget you're talking to somebody with this on their face. So assuming that what you're seeing now looks good and you can see my eyes, would you in a million years like think that you're just talking to somebody normally without a giant pair of goggles on their face? right, so one of the reasons we moved sets from that kind of dark intro set was to show pass-through. It doesn't work that well in low light, but this is a very well lit professional set, and you can see it here. Now in Apple's demonstrations, pass-through looked like the real world. It does not look like that. Now you can see things, you can interact with things. I can see my water bottle right here, and I can, you know, take a sip if I wanted to. But as good as these screens are for looking at content, it is still very clear you are looking at a screen when using pass-through. Here's what I see, and just so you can get a sense of what it looks like. And let me show you what I see actually in more close to real life. Here's a video shot with my iPhone at the same thing. So, you know, there's Robert. You can see Robert through Vision Pro and see Robert through the screen here on the iPhone. It's very clear which one looks more natural. It's usable, but it's not that great. So if there's like one thing that has made the iPhone a success, it's been the App Store. Like, developers flock to Apple for apps. And I imagine ultimately that will be the case with Vision Pro as well. But it is like a wasteland right now when it comes to apps. A lot of the apps that you would want to use are not there. I mean, we're talking, especially all the social networking apps that you would want are not there. You get some version of some of them with iPad apps, but not all apps will work inside of Vision Pro. So there's that. There's not a lot of games experiences in there right now. You're missing a native YouTube app, although Google did say it's coming. You're missing a lot of sort of the experience things that you'd expect from a headset that's supposed to be AR, VR, fully augmented. There are a decent amount of apps in Vision Pro, but still a lot more coming. But one app that will work, that you should probably install immediately, is a password manager. And that's where this video sponsor, Keeper Security, comes in. You know Keeper, you trust them. They have over 275,000 five-star reviews. That is over 250,000 people. That can't be wrong. If you're in a room with other people, look around. 1 out of 3 of you will be a victim of identity theft. That is a staggering number. The best way to protect yourself is to keep your password safe. And Keeper makes it incredibly easy. It will fill passwords for you, so you don't have to worry about remembering them. Easily share passwords with friends and family. It automatically generates the passwords for you and do everything you need. Keep your information safe. For me, who's changing phones all the time, this is the first app that I install when I set up a new device, new computer, new tablet. Then inside of that app, you can keep all of your passwords, credit cards, social security information, anything you need to keep safe and secure, you can do inside of the Keeper app. If you want to try it out for yourself, just click the link down below and you get a free 30-day trial. And also use code JFL50 for 50% off personal and family plans. There still isn't a killer use case or a killer app in my mind for Vision Pro. Now, when they unveiled this thing on stage and they showed this incredible sports experience with the NBA court and being able to rewind time, that was incredible. As a sports fan, for me, if I could put this on and I could be at the 50-yard line of a Rams game, or I could sit center ice or center field or on the first baseline, whatever sport you are into, that is a killer feature. Apple's got a demo where they're showing soccer going on and you're sitting like on top of the goalpost. That's awesome. And I think if you can get that experience out the door, I think people would understand, okay, this is worth it for me. I could spend $500 or $600 on a ticket to a game or more, or I can buy this headset. Now, it does still take you out of the world. You're still isolated from family and all that kind of stuff, but it would be an incredible actual use case. Right now, being able to like watch a Marvel movie on Tatooine or on top of Avengers Tower is cool, but that novelty factor does kind of wear off really fast. But there's a caveat to that, and that's actually when you use a Mac, a laptop, or a desktop. It does work with desktops as well. There's some confusions there. That's where you start to see really the actual like spatial computing kind of part. That is still really cool. Being able to look at my MacBook Air screen, see it completely blown up, is a really cool way to work. Also, there's a lot of like weird non sequiturs when it comes to Vision Pro. I don't generally get acne anymore, but wearing this for so many hours on my face at a time, I did get like a monster zit from it. So if you're prone, I don't think I have oily skin, but if you're prone to breakouts and you're wearing something on your face for a while, be aware that, you might get, this on your face or develop like a unicorn horn on your forehead. One of the areas where Vision Pro shines is with the augmented reality world, but I think where it's really in its sweet spot, even though Apple won't officially say it's a virtual reality headset, is in the virtual world. So when you're on sort of your home screen here, just an app window. So Apple's got different environments you could pick from. It also seems very un-Apple-like. There are some environments that are coming soon, which seems weird that they would call that out. These environments look unbelievable. Haleakala is my favorite, but even going to something like Yosemite, and suddenly I am transformed to Yosemite in the winter. I think I'm staring up at Half Dome. It's unbelievable and is incredibly immersive experience. Even looking right now at my hands, how it's cutting out my hands, happening in real time as I'm moving them on top of a virtual environment, is pretty incredible. Then if I go ahead and tap, you can see all different places you can look. And if you want just light, you don't want to be in an environment, you want to simulate a summer light, you can do that as well. It starts bringing in noise and sort of a look and a feel, morning light, summer light, fall light, all that kind of stuff. But anywhere that you go, it's pretty immersive. So when you're watching stuff in Apple TV Plus, you have something called the theater mode, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It makes it seem like you are sitting in a theater, and you can pick your location, balcony, front, back, and it is one of the most immersive viewing experience. And the Vision Pro as sort of a content watching platform is unbelievable, and I think that is the absolute best way to view content. I also can't show you how unbelievably ridiculously good 3D content looks. I was able to watch Avatar: Way of the Water. I'm not a big 3D guy at all. It looks like, as I imagine 3D is probably supposed to look, unbelievably awesome. And it's funny because all the stuff I'm talking about that's really good on the Vision Pro is all like content consumption. It's really great to watch content on. It's really awesome just to sit back and watch a movie. It's great to take with you and watch a TV show. And it's funny because it's the same way I describe the iPad. It seems like a really good way to watch content, but Apple's like, oh, you can work on it. It's a computer. Same thing here. You can work on it. It's a computer, sure, but it's a cumbersome computer, and it's a cumbersome way to work, and it's gonna hurt your face after a while. And the more I use the Vision Pro, the more I realize it's like a much fancier iPad. And the same things that you can do on the iPad, you can do here. Like you, I was super hyped for Vision Pro just based on like the commercials Apple was showing. They made it look like you put this thing on and like you've got a full field of view, like just your normal eyes. That is definitely not true, as you can see here. Think of it more like you've got binoculars on and you can move your head and so you can see through those binoculars, but it's definitely not like a full field of view at all. Looking through photos was really cool experience, being able to sort of blow up these pictures and kind of blow up memories that I've seen in the past. But again, once you do that once or twice, that does tend to wear off. I do find myself taking a lot more spatial video than I did before, which is weird on this because you take spatial video on your phone, and the way Apple made me to believe, maybe I'm just a dummy, I thought I was able to like look all the way around and see everything. You can definitely not do that. It's like a straight field of view. But if you take the spatial video with the headset on, you get a much more immersive environment. But it's weird to be taking pictures with the headset on. I keep hearing people online too talk about like, I don't need a TV anymore, I've got Vision Pro. That seems insane to me. Unless you're only watching stuff for an hour before your face hurts, or you never want to sit near another human being again. This is not going to replace a TV. But again, like you do an iPad, you hold it in front of you, you watch something, and then you put it down as a supplement device for entertainment. It's pretty awesome. Ultimately, my honest opinion is that I am really torn on Vision Pro. On one hand, technology is absolutely incredible. And as a self-proclaimed screen snob, these micro OLED displays are so convincing, and the experience of eye tracking and hand control is so incredible. In typical Apple fashion, they're not the first ones to make an AR/VR headset, but they are the first ones to make a version that was so far and above the competition in quality and experience. But at the same time, being a very clearly Gen 1 product, Vision Pro's got some really big compromises in its current form, and the form factor itself is bulky and awkward. Battery life needs to be improved, Vision OS needs refinement, and it needs apps to sell the experience and purpose. And obviously, let's not forget the $3,500 elephant in the room, the price. Vision Pro is amazing, and you can certainly tell this is a direction that Apple wants to go. And of course, most of these issues will, I'm assuming, be ironed out by Gen 2 or 3. But as it stands right now, $3,500 for the base model. No case, no prescription lenses, no extra battery. It is a lot of money to put down for a device with this many compromises. Apple is positioning this as the iPhone or iPad moment for the company, but unlike those products, Vision Pro currently lacks a real purpose. It's more of a toy than a tool. And make no mistake, this is the direction Apple is going. But as it stands right now, I think I'm more excited for the regular Apple Vision, the non-Pro model. Once Apple shrinks the size and the price, and once they determine the real purpose for the Vision line, I'm gonna be all in. But for right now, it's still more of a toy. And probably the coolest toy that I've ever owned in years, but not a tool that's worth the price for 99% of you watching this video.